So what do billionaire entrepreneurs, pro athletes, and A-list celebrities all have in common? Many call the exclusive neighborhoods of Dallas home. So in this video, we'll reveal where the ultra wealthy live in Dallas and the surrounding suburbs. From private estates with championship golf courses to gated communities with 24/7 security. You'll get a full look at the top luxury areas in the metroplex. And by the end, you'll know where to look if you want to live at the pinnacle of luxury. Hi, I'm Tiffany Caballero. I'm a real estate expert specializing in Frisco and the greater Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. I'm a top 1% realtor in DFW, and I've sold over 200 million in closed homes. Let's begin our journey in the city that everyone knows, Highland Park. It's obviously called the Beverly Hills of Texas. Highland Park is actually synonymous with luxury and prestige. It features tree-lined streets, historic estates, and really a prime location that's just north of downtown. And the reason that Highland Park is called Highland Park is because it sits up on a hill in the city. And if you have watched any of my other videos, I give a little bit of background on Highland Park. When the city was established, it actually wanted to be a part of Dallas, and Dallas said no. And so Highland Park established itself as its own little city. And then later, Dallas was like, oh, we changed our minds. We want you to be a part of us. And then Highland Park said no. And they had a legal battle on and on. I mean, it was just years and years and years and years. But Highland Park to this day is its own city, which I think is really cool. They can control their police and their schools, and so it just really keeps an elevated level of living. You're talking median home price. You can get into University Park, Highland Park for probably a little over $1 million, but you're talking about like a little condo. If you want a full-on home, you're probably gonna be upwards of $2 million all the way up to past 10 million, depending on the estate in which you want to purchase. You've got historic mansions, you've got modern luxury homes, and all of them really have architectural significance, and a lot of them have architects attached that are very prominent, and it's very much stated on who was the architect of every house. A couple of people that have lived in Highland Park, whether they live there now or not, is Mark Cuban and the late Governor Bill Clements. There's some really great amenities to Highland Park beyond the fact that it's stunning. When you drive down the streets of Highland Park, you feel like you're in a movie set. The trees are beautiful. The yards are expansive and pristine. There's kids playing outside, with their soccer nets and their basketball goals, and it's just a beautiful setting. But some of the amenities that they have is they have Highland Park Village, which is an uber luxury shopping center, restaurants, coffee. It's got the twinkle lights and the trees. It's very nostalgic, very popular. They also have the Dallas Country Club, which is super exclusive and great golfing. And they just have really renowned schools. In fact, ACT scores are really off the charts, and a lot of their kids and their graduates go on to really make names for themselves. If it's pro athlete or, owners of companies, they just tend to do very well and follow in their parents' footsteps. So there's actually a home right now in Highland Park that's for sale for $20 million. It sits on a little over half an acre, and the architect was actually Richard Drummond Davis. And so again, all of those really expensive homes are gonna have architects that are attached to that because that gives it significance. It's got 7 full bathrooms and 2 half bathrooms. It has an elevator that services all 3 of the floors. It's got a 3,000 sub-floor wine room, so it's underneath. It's a little over 11,000 square feet and actually has a 1,500 square foot cabana with a second level complete guest residence on top of it. So it's exquisite. It's amazing, and I'm sure that it won't stay on the market long. Now, if Highland Park is kind of the pinnacle of luxury for you, I want you guys to really take a look at Preston Hollow and how it really delivers ultra private estate style living and It's going to hold the likes of George Bush. It's going to now house Mark Cuban and a ton of the Ross Perot's of the world all have homes in Preston Hollow. And Preston Hollow actually houses the most expensive street in Dallas, which is called Straight Street. So talking about Preston Hollow as a whole, it's really known for its gated mansions and kind of expansive properties. So it is a area of town, but it's not necessarily subdivisions. It's more like estates, and they are privately gated. So it doesn't share a gate with a whole community. And like I said, it's definitely home to some of the major names in Dallas and really offers that ultra private, ultra rich lifestyle. You're looking at, you can get into Preston Hollow in the mid 1 millions, and then it's going to go all the way up to 30 million plus, depending on what you're buying. There is a house that is in the Preston Hollow area that's currently listed for 40 million. And what's cool about that is they call it the Dallas Courthouse, and it's been owned by multiple people, but it's a huge estate. So it sits on 3.3 acres. The architect was Robbie Fuchs. It's almost 18,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 11 full bathrooms, 7 half bathrooms, and 8 fireplaces. It's got expansive gardens, it's got walking trails, it's got a 2-level pool, it's got guest quarters, it's got tennis courts, everything that you would want. It's got sauna, it's there. And for the low price of $40 million, it can be yours, but it comes with a lot of history and a lot of background, and it's a lot of fun, just the storyline that goes with this particular home. And of course, living in Preston Hollow and around Straight Lane, which is Royal Lane, Walnut Hill area, it gives the ultra rich the luxury of a private estate and the peaceful surroundings of that, but yet a really quick drive to anywhere that they need to go, including entertainment, shopping, and all of the best things that Dallas offers. So Preston Hollow is all about prestige and privacy, but for those who want maybe a luxurious resort lifestyle, Westlake's Vaquero Club offers really the ultimate escape, and it's one of my favorite neighborhoods because of how eclectic it is. So let's head over there now. So Westlake, the reason it's named Westlake is because it's kind of west of Southlake. And so it's an upscale community really known for its exclusivity and its renowned Vaquero Club, which is a golf community, upscale luxury club. And it offers really resort style amenities and concierge services. But Vaquero in and of itself is stunning. And first of all, it's gated and guarded, and it's very guarded, meaning you can't just get in. Like, even as a realtor, I can't just get in to go do video. I can fly my drone, but it's super guarded because of the people that live there. Some of the people, just to give you an example, you've got Mark Teixeira, the baseball player. You've got Chuck Greenberg, the Jonas Brothers family, although Kevin and Danielle actually moved to LA, but the Jonas Brothers family still lives there. You've got Todd Hamilton, who was leasing in Vaquero. He has since bought a house. Plus Tiger Woods' ex-golf instructor, Hank Haney. And then you've got lots of baseball celebrities. You've got Vernon Wells, who plays for the Toronto Blue Jays. He actually built a 15,000 square foot home in Vaquero, as is the CEO of ExxonMobil. He built in there as well. And then Vanessa Swarovski, she has a home there that's actually being currently leased by Glenn Beck. And so it tells you a lot of the privacy and the protection and the guardedness of Vaquero by the people that live in there. And Vaquero is around the golf course. And so it's really pretty. And when you drive through Vaquero, it's unlike anything I've ever seen because the houses are huge and the topography of Vaquero is real hilly. So it's beautiful as you drive down hills and over and around and winding, and the trees are beautiful and the houses are stunning. I literally drove through there and thought, oh my gosh, like who, before I knew who all lived there, I was like, who in the world lives here? Because it's amazing. So you do have to pay the golf fees and the memberships to that golf course in order to live there, the Vaquero Club. But you can go up there to eat and dine and hang out with the community. It's a lot of fun. Pricing in Vaquero is typically going to be 2 million all the way up to 20 million plus, depending on what type of home you're getting and where it's located in Vaquero. You've got custom built estates, you've got luxury mansions, and then of course your golf course front properties. Another really cool thing about Westlake is they've got Westlake Academy, which it's its own school system in Westlake, and you get automatic entrance if you live in Westlake. You can apply if you live outside of Westlake, but it's private school level teaching and schooling. And so that's why everybody really covets the Westlake ISD, because it is such a high standard of schooling. As far as identifying a house in Vaquero that is for sale right now, there is one for sale that's almost $10 million. It sits on the water and it's pristine, beautiful, and peaceful. It's almost 10,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 full baths, 2 half baths, and 6 fireplaces. It sits on 1 acre and is on the 4th fairway of the golf course. You won't believe how amazing the inside of this house is. All of the windows giving so much natural light. The pool's in the middle of the house wraps around the pool. It has a pool cabana and just amazing scenic places to sit and have a fire pit. It's got an elevator, it's got a workout room, it's got everything that you would want inside this house. If you would love the idea of that resort style lifestyle but want to be closer to Dallas and maybe in a little bit of a bigger city, then Southlake may just be what you're looking for. So I've done multiple videos on Southlake. I'm a big fan of Southlake. First of all, it kind of sits in the middle of the metroplex where you can get anywhere quickly. It's by Grapevine Lake. It's totally upper echelon. It's for luxury. If you want a luxury living setting, the Southlake City is what would draw you in. It's got a town center that has every shop that you would want. Coffee, restaurants, walkability. It's got brownstones that you can literally walk out your front door and go shopping. It's known for its top-rated school system. You've got a senior high, you've got a 10th and 11th grade center, and then the middle schools and the elementaries, but it's top-rated and it's got luxury estates, and it's really a thriving community around that Southlake Town Center. I remember going to Southlake when it just had a Dairy Queen, so it's come a long way in the past 20 years. Your homes are going to range anywhere from really the low millions all the way up to 10 plus million, because you have large estates that you could potentially get that have acreage to them. And of course, it's anything from completely custom homes to master planned communities, large single family residences. They're even taking some of the smaller homes and tearing them down and still building new construction. So if you want new construction in Southlake, you can still get it. In fact, I know a lot of the builders, so reach out. And then if you really want one of those sprawling estates that are going to be multi-millions of dollars and you want the lap of luxury, let me know, because I can get you into those as well. So we have a house right now, a huge estate in Southlake. It's $13 million. It's currently for sale. It's almost 21,000 square feet, and the land mass is over 7 acres, which is obscene when it comes to being in Southlake to have that much land connected to your property. 6 bedrooms, 6 full baths, 3 half baths, and 6 fireplaces. It does have its own backyard oasis plus a private pond, and the 7 acres is fully gated for its own privacy. Yes, Southlake has celebrities as well. You've got NFL football players, you've got business executives that if I said their names, you would know who they are. They've got the town square, like I've already talked about. Their independent school district is what they're known for. And then they've got golf courses, Tiburon Country Club being one of them. and it's got prestige around it where you can play on that course. Salt Lake offers really family-friendly luxury, but if you're wanting something that might be a little bit newer and have an upside on the equity, it might gain a little more equity a little bit faster, then let's head over to Frisco's own The Hills of Kingswood, because I love this neighborhood too. Okay, so located in Frisco is The Hills of Kingswood, and it's exclusive and it's a gated community, guarded as well. It's hard to get into this one without knowing somebody that lives in there. And it's got two sides. So it's got a more economical side, which is still in the millions, and then it's got the multi-million-dollar side. The one thing about The Hills of Kingswood that I would caution is that it's got power lines on one part of it. So talk to me if you want to live in The Hills of Kingswood, and I can help you with that. But it's luxury to the max. I know several of the custom builders here in The Hills of Kingswood. I call it The Hills for short, but you're going to have, currently, you're looking at the low millions all the way up to probably around 10 million. The homes are going to be custom. They're going to have some smaller lots, some bigger lots. The really coolest part about The Hills of Kingswood is it sits on a peak in Frisco. So as you're driving around, you can literally see for miles over Frisco, and the view, it's epic. I would really say that if you're going to go look at The Hills of Kingswood, to make sure that you look at the view, because it's unbelievable. It's breathtaking. Another really cool thing about The Hills of Kingswood is that it's really surrounded by a wooded green belt. And so there's lots of trees, lots of wooded areas, and then a lot of the houses sit up against that, but they're elevated. And so you still see over the trees. It's really pretty. And the whole subdivision borders Lake Louisville. One of my favorite builders in there is Ventura Homes, and the product that they build is really cool. It would blow your mind to see it. And they're also building in another subdivision that I'm going to talk about in just a minute that happens to be my favorite out of the ultra luxury homes. Now, The Hills of Kingswood has a little under 1,500 residents, and I would say the average income inside there is about $110,000 a year. They say that the average age is about 51. Cool fact about The Hills of Kingswood is DeMarcus Lawrence of the Dallas Cowboys lives in there. Even better cool fact is before DeMarcus got his big contract with the Dallas Cowboys, when he first came to Dallas to play for the Cowboys, he rented a house from me. And one of my personal houses, he lived there for 3 years. And then when he got his big contract, he got a big house. And so he didn't have to rent any longer. But that is a fun fact about The Hills of Kingswood. So the most expensive home right now listed in The Hills of Kingswood is almost $8 million. It's right under 10,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5 full baths, 3 half baths, and 2 fireplaces, and it's going to have an outdoor pool oasis as well. It sits on almost a full acre. And so that's kind of what you can get in that higher price range in The Hills of Kingswood right now. Lambert is the builder and makes an amazing product. So The Hills of Kingswood is perfect for those who really value tranquility and luxury, but if you're wanting completely custom new construction in an area that is being called a 50-year community, because we're probably not going to see this type of equity in another 50 years, then we need to head over to the Preserve, which is a part of the PGA of America. Let's go there. Okay, so now that we're over at the Preserve, let me give you a little bit of background on what's happening in Frisco and in this area, because they are calling it a 50-year community. So the Fields in general is 2,500 acres of land. Mr. Fields owned it, and when Mr. Fields passed away, he didn't have any heirs. And so he left it to his attorney to figure out what to do with the 2,500 acres. And so the city was able to help develop this, and with the PGA of America. So the Preserve is gated and guarded, and it is a finger into the PGA golf course. So a lot of those homes will be golf course frontage, and there will be all kinds of major championships there because it's the PGA of America. And so there's a little over 200 houses in the first phase, and they've only sold about 100 of them. And so there's a lot to still pick from if that's what you want. You can't get into the preserve really under 3.5. Ventura, the builder from the hills of Kingswood, is building these villas that are unlike anything I've ever seen, and they've got themes, whether it's LA or New Orleans, they've got themes to them, and they're 3 stories. They've got rooftop patios and amazing pools and front porches to entertain on. So it's really unique what Ventura is creating, but $3.5 million is probably the least you could get into the preserve, all the way up to $50 million. So there's rumors that one has sold for $45 million. I don't know if that's true or not, but a lot of celebrities are moving in there. Jordan Spieth is one of them. And so it is completely custom. You will meet with architects. You get to choose your builder. Some of the builders are Alfred Homes. You've got Coates Homes. You've got Ventura, like I just mentioned. You've got Endurance Homes. So all amazing builders with track record to prove it. And it's going to be very luxury. You're going to have a really high level HOA. It is $1,000 a month, so it does come with a lot, and concierge and your ability to get help on different things. So it will absolutely be luxury living inside the preserve. It's got proximity to the PGA, like I've already said. It's going to have tennis and fitness centers. It's going to have stunning landscapes. The greatest thing about the preserve is that it's walking distance or golf cart riding distance to what is Fields West. And Fields West is being developed in Frisco. It's going to be one of the biggest things that's happening to Frisco, and it's going to be here probably in 2 years. It's luxury shopping, luxury dining, outdoor amphitheater, walking trails, a chain of lakes. It's going to be epic, and it's walkable. So if you've ever wanted that urban feel, but you very much want to live in a suburban neighborhood, then this is the best marriage of those two. And it's a unique opportunity, and I'm not sure that there's anything else like it in the nation as of yet, because of how distinct the subdivision is and how private it's going to feel, but yet you literally can walk to Fields West or take your golf cart. And I talked to the mayor yesterday, and he said that they're about to pass an ordinance where all the trail systems in Frisco, we've got 25 miles of trails that you can take your golf cart on it, which means you can take your golf cart right over to Fields West and park it. They're going to have little golf cart parking spaces. And so it's going to be a very community-oriented golf cart type of feel where everybody interacts and you have that urban feel, but you get to go back to your suburban privacy. And so buying now and locking in those prices before Fields West is built and before Universal Studios is finished, that is why they're saying it's such an epic equity run. So people that are getting into Brookside South and Brookside North and then the Preserve are all going to have amazing equity in 2 years once Fields West is built. We're hosting the World Cup in 2026. Frisco's hosting one of the games. There's 8 games in the whole DFW area. And so they're really pushing to have a lot of it finished in the next 2 years so that we can capitalize on the tourism of that. But again, we will have massive equity, the people that are buying right now, so that 2024 and the 2025 buyers will definitely capitalize on that. Plus, they're really saying that once this entire field development, it's a $10 billion development, once it's done and the preserve is completely built out, they're saying that it could be the most expensive neighborhood in Texas. And I've already told you about Straight Street, so who knows where the preserve could go in price from. So the preserve combines elegance and exclusivity, making it perfect for those who really want that modern luxury retreat with the ability to have the urban outlet. But if you're looking for another prestigious neighborhood with scenic views and resort style living, then let's explore the growing suburbs of Prosper and Salina. So Prosper and Salina are some of the fastest growing luxury suburbs that really offer expansive expansive properties and custom-built estates. Really perfect for the buyer seeking some space that's further out and privacy. For example, Dak Prescott lives in Prosper on a 5-acre estate. You can get into Prosper for, five, 600,000 if you want an older home on a small lot and that's really old. But if you're wanting that luxury estate, you're going to be 1 million all the way up to 10 million and everything in between. And so they've got large estates, they've got equestrian properties if you want horses, they have ranch style homes, they have big beautiful ponds in the front of their homes, and all kinds of options. So the highest priced home right now in Prosper is $3 million. It's a little over 7,000 square feet and sits on 3 acres. It's got 7 bedrooms, 5 full baths, 2 half baths, and 3 fireplaces, plus an outdoor oasis with a swimming pool. And it also has an 1,100 square foot guest suite that is separate from the main house, which is always really nice to have. So what you're looking at in Prosper and Salina is affluent families and business owners getting a little more space, and you've got top-rated schools, you've got proximity to huge nature reserves, and master planned communities with super high-end amenities and your luxury estates. So whether it's the historic elegance of Highland Park or the ultra-private estates in Preston Hollow, all the way to the resort-style living in Westlake and Southlake, and then all the way to the luxury living in Frisco, each of these areas offers something unique for the ultra-wealthy. Which one fits your lifestyle best? Call me at the phone number below and I can help you find the neighborhood that fits your needs.